sciences first lesson, as I've said. And I would like you to use our logon details. Log on to our lesson. I've got an assessment for you at the end of the day. I've said, as I always remind us, thanks to VT Africa Holdings and CGRE Fibertech and Fastratech for bringing to us these CAPS aligned lessons. Right? So today we do have an assessment, and as usual, I invite you to join. Use our link www.hellosmart.com. ID 598751. 598751. Those are our logon details. Should we move on to today's lesson? I hope so. Perfectly so. Who remember where we ended yesterday? Who remembers where we ended yesterday? All right. We are on codominance, incomplete dominance, and we are including the concept of multiple allelic interactions or multiple alleles. I said yesterday, when we talk about multiple alleles, we are now looking at a gene, still a single, but with more than 2 variations. And I said previously, even during our monohybrid courses, we were looking at one gene with 2 alleles or 2 variations. We were looking at it again yesterday. The only new thing that we introduced is in codominance, we have an example of other genes, still a single gene, sorry, but with more 2 alleles. Hence the term multiple, more than 2. And we gave an example of human blood groups. We said human blood groups, the gene that codes for human blood groups has got more than 2 alleles, more than 2 variations, being O, B, and then, and we said A is dominant over O, so is B over O. So O is a recessive allele to both A and B, but A and B resemble codominant. They are expressed in the phenotype. Wonderful. I'm sure you remember that very well. We did human blood groups. I did took you through the notation that we do in genetics when we are representing the genotype of blood group. It's very important. I say we use this notation, the I, and then our blood groups becomes subscript, sorry, superscript at the top. And then I said for blood group O, there we go. We went through homozygous dominant for A and O, which means heterozygous for blood. Still the phenotype remains A because A is dominant over O. We talked about B, if it's double B, which means B in the homozygous condition. And I said A and B are all shown because of the codominant nature of the 2 alleles. And then some textbooks, you see they don't put I or like this. They just put I or I to represent. So in other words, it will be like here or here. Let's start. It will be A with the I, which means it's A, or here, which means it will be it's like here. They will be just two. But in this lesson, in our CAPS aligned syllabus, we shall use this notation that I've shown. Wonderful. I hope we are on the same page, great. Folks, this is what we said yesterday, and I said today we would continue to solve some problems involving multiple allelic interactions or multiple alleles. And we'll specifically look at problems that involves blood group. All right, and we have an assessment to do. It's all about complete dominance and codominance. That's an assessment. It's a short one. It's a multiple choice. So after that, we should be able to comfortably distinguish between codominance and incomplete dominance after that assessment. Right. I'm sure you are with me. All right. Here is an explanation. Like I said yesterday, I said we need to have a good understanding of what exactly are blood groups. How do they come about? How do they come about? All right. Blood group describes the type of proteins that are found on the cell membrane of red blood cells. You remember from our previous lesson that our blood do carry some blood components. Amongst them is the very important red blood cell, white blood cells. You would with the proper names, their scientific names, great. I just choose this one for ease of us to understand. But you know the scientific name for red blood cells, I'm sure you. So the difference that brings about people of blood group A, you've got type A proteins on the cell membrane of their red blood cells. So the type of membrane that is surrounding the outside plant cells, outside is the cell membrane and not the cell wall. So the cell membrane is surrounded by the type of protein that we call type A. So the same applies to B. You should tell me. Okay. So is the protein that are found on the cell membrane of the red blood cells. So the type of found on the cell membrane determines if they are type A protein, then the blood group becomes group A. Blood group B people have type B proteins on their red blood cell. So the red blood cells determines our blood group. Which type of red blood cells is an individual carrying? All right. What happens with the blood? Oh, we have mentioned A people. We've mentioned B people. Let's look at O. Blood group O do not have any proteins at all on their red blood cell. So the membrane of their red blood cells do not have attached either B or A proteins. Hence O may be plain. I should call them maybe okay. They are called O. All right. What happens to AB? We should cover all the types of blood groups: A, B, or an AB. AB people, because of the codominance nature, they do both have A and B proteins on their red blood cells. Let's look at the diagrams below to help understand. They should help us to understand what we are talking about. All right. I try to make them big for us to be able to understand. So here I put an example, a very bad example of a red blood. Why? Because mine are more secular, and you know the structure of your red blood cells. They are biconcave. They are not a secular, they are biconcave. So don't be distracted by mine diagrams. They're only there to help us understand. And they are not secular, they are so that they can be able to hold the oxygen molecules. You should remember. All right. So as I've said, blood group A, red blood cell. You see the A, we see the okay. There goes our A proteins on the membrane of the red blood cells to give us blood group A. Same applies to B. The membrane has got B protein. Codominance. They don't want to leave each other and they don't want to suppress each other or to dominate each other. So they coexist equally. So we find both A and B and A are all present in the membrane of blood group AB. Great. Are you making sense out of this? I hope so. If you go to group O, we said it's plain. So we don't, rather we find nothing. There is nothing on the membrane of individuals with blood group O. That's all how we come to determine the blood groups. Okay, I've gone down to draw a real membrane and break it, but it's fine. We will get to look at it at a later stage. I do have a nice question here for my grade 12s. Let's try to use and see. I'm sure you can see clearly. Wonderful. Let's look at that problem. It's an of inheritance of blood groups. A blood group A man marries a blood group B woman, and both are heterozygous. A is the phenotype, B is the phenotype. So from, don't worry even if you don't manage to finish it. So from this part of the equation alone, a blood group A man marries a blood group B woman. So before I'm told that both are homozygous, if I only have this information, I can assume two phenotypes. I can describe the two phenotypes in two ways. I can correctly think A, sorry, I can correctly think that A could be in a homozygous condition or A in a heterozygous condition before I'm told. Why I'm saying so, some questions, you meet them. They don't tell you, they don't describe for you the phenotype. They don't describe for you the phenotypes. They don't describe for you the phenotype of the blood group. They don't give you this explanation. It's not. So you have to work it out from the information that is. So you find out in some questions, you'll be given the information at part 2, maybe, of the question. This question can be subdivided into A, B, or C. So you can even get the clue of the description of the phenotype from what is given in part of the question. Are we together? Great. Girls? Wonderful. All right. So same applies to B. I can correctly guess that B could be like this, or in a heterozygous condition. But however, in this scenario, we are told both are heterozygous. The question has specified both are heterozygous, which is cool, actually, which is very fun, because both are heterozygous. All right. So what is the next question? Okay, let's read all the questions that are there. Question 1 says, what is the of the men giveaway? Second question, what is the genotype of the woman? Third question, what will be the genotype of their children? You see how we do ask these questions. What will be the sorry. What will be the possible genotypes of children? The moment you ask about the genotypes of the children, which means you need to do a full genetic diagram. All right, let's quickly answer. 1, genotype of the men. Now we can't guess whether it's heterozygous or homozygous because we are told both homo. So the moment we are told about their condition, we can safely say, and correctly so, right, the men is blood group A. So it's I-A-I-O. Next question, what is the genotype of the woman? The woman is a blood group B, so it's B. O, because both are homozygous. So we've got our 2 marks there, or 1, 1, 2 to be fine. Number 3, what would be the possible genotypes of the children? Show you're working. All right. I want to challenge you to show the way. First one, we still follow the same notation from the previous one. Let's blood, sorry, we can, this one is optional, we can say blood group, no, it's fine. We have already been told about the blood group. So we are given. So we don't need to denote anything. So we can start by showing the parents' phenotype. So we can say one phenotype it's what? It's I'm shortening blood group. The man is what? Oh, sorry. The man is A. The man is A. Against the woman use B. I'm correct there. I go on to one genotype. Remember how to represent our genotype. Genotype, since they are heterozygous, becomes easier for us. And B. Those are apologies. Let's move to the next page. We should continue by showing meiosis. Right. That one would give me A. That one would give me O. The same applies. The other one would give me B. The other one would give me O. Are we following grade 12? Let me show random fertilization. How shouldn't is fed? Wonderful. This one can combine with this one to give me they are giving me the F2 genotype. So this one and this one, they will give me, I always want now to change. They will give me A and B. And this one will give me A and O. This one and this one would give me B. Apologies, they would give me B and O. This and this would give me O. That's how we write it. We don't, okay? Let me just or to avoid confusion, it's fine. It's fine. Let me put it as A, that's what I get. And B. It's fine. I still get A. And O. Here I get B. I start with B. And my O, here my O and right. Okay, then I can write them again properly as they are still genotypes. This one becomes A, B. Sorry, my apologies. They're not what? They're now the phenotypes. A, B, this one, A. This one, B, and this O. These are what I'm doing. They are still. They are my. What was the question saying? What would be the possible genotypes of their children? Okay. Genotypes. Show your working. See, the good part about the genetic diagram, you kill up with one stone. So we have answered the question. The genotypes would be A, B, A, O, B, and O. That would be the genotypes. So we have got all classes of blood groups from heterozygous parents. All the marks we have taken them. Wonderful. We'll make another example tomorrow. No, I should give it to you as homework. So I want you to read this question, take it down for me. Good. Take it down for me. Right. This is part of your homework. Let's take it down. A man with blood type AB and a woman with blood type B have 3 children. Interesting. I'll mention something concerning this tomorrow. I'll highlight where some of you normally get confused. A daughter with type B, 2 sons with a daughter with AB, 2 sons with B. 2 sons, one with B, and the other one with O. Okay. This man is not fine. Shame. The man suspects that the 2 sons are not his children. Okay. Yeah, natural scientists, life sciences, they can assist. Okay, that's the scenario, guys. So what are the possible genotypes? What are the possible genotypes for the woman? Explain your answer. The woman is blood group B. That's the woman we are referring to. This is the woman who married this man. Okay. So what possible genotypes of that woman? We end there. You just, I need my 3 marks. Okay, quickly. Use the genetic diagram to show how the children inherited their blood group. If the woman was heterozygous for blood group, this question is so simple. It even gave you the condition of the woman. Now this time it said, what are the possible? On part 2, it asked you that it told you if she's heterozygous. So it guides you to choose on the blood group. Okay. And then you should show me your answers tomorrow. Okay. From the results of the genetic cross above, what about the numbering? Are the father's suspicions legitimate? Support your answer using genetic information. I need reasoning from you. 2 marks. Wonderful. So we'll start with that tomorrow. For now, we need to go to our assessment. You must be quick, grade 12. Where is our assessment? Where is our assessment? All right. Let's wait for assessment to load. I'm sure you've logged on during that time. We have the remaining minutes to do the assessment. We would need the last 3 minutes to do the assessment. to do the revision, sorry. So let's wait for it to come up. We do the assessment. It should be clear. The instructions are just choose either A or B. It's a multiple choice activity. You should be connected because I gave you the login details, guys, at the start of the lesson. Okay, let's answer the questions. There's the first question. A plant with red flowers is crossed with a plant with white flowers. The resulting offspring have pink color. What term describes this dominance? What term describes this dominance? Next question. Two pure breeding plants are crossed. One with red and the other with white flowers. What phenotypes would be in F1 generation if this is an incomplete dominance? Right? Question 3. If reds, denoted by the capital letter, and white are co-dominant, alleles that determine flower color, what phenotypes are possible for this gene? Is it red and white, pink, red, white, and red, white spotted, or pink only if it's a co-dominant from red, white? Good. Yellow, blue, and red alleles all show incomplete dominance for the flower color. Not about my color. I left out the U for the ease of typing, yeah? But we don't use the American Standard English. We SA English. It's supposed to be A. Okay. How many phenotypes for flower color are possible in this species? If they show incomplete dominance, how many flower color we have? Question 5. Which of the following is an example of co-dominance? Which of the following is an example of co-dominance? A F1 generation flower is red and white petals. When one parent flower was red and the other was white. Which type of dominance is this? Well, F1 generation, flower red and white. Which one parent flower was red, the other was white. What type of dominance is this? That's our last question. All right. Okay. That was question 5. In case you missed it. That's 4, 3, 1. Wonderful. All right. Hey, here are our answers. Did you get them right? Hopefully so. If a red flower, a plant with red flowers is crossed with a plant with white, and the resulting is pink, which means the heterozygous is in between. That's a codominant example. 2 pure breeding plants across, one plant red, the other one white. What phenotype will we see in the F1 if there is incomplete dominance? You see a blend of the two, which is pink flowers, or offspring with pink flowers. That shows incomplete dominance. Or offspring with the red and white flowers, a co-dominance. Half offspring, blah, blah, blah. No. If red and white are co-dominant, or the alleles, that determine flower color, what phenotypes are possible with this gene? Are possible. There's a possibility of white, there's a possibility of red, there's a possibility of a co-dominance of red and white in a spotted fashion. So those are the possibilities. Red curves. Question 4, yellow, blue, and red alleles all show incomplete dominance for flower color. How many phenotypes the flower are possible? It's possible that the flower could be I can't write on there. All right, it's fine. The flower could be, the answer is 6. The flower could be yellow, blue, or red. That's 3. Or it could be yellow and blue. That's 4. It could be yellow and red. That's 5. It could be blue and red, giving us 6. Wonderful. Question 5. Which of the following is an example of codominance? Let's look at 1. A black dog and a tan dog mate to produce a red dog. That could be incomplete. A black dog and the tan dog met to produce a dog with black and tan spots. I could see black and tan in the dog, so they called dog. A black dog and the tan dog met to produce tan. This is complete. Wonderful. So codominance, we should all say the two colors. If one generation flower had red and white petals, you see we are starting from the offspring to be able to determine the phenotype of the parent. One parent flower was red and the other was white. Red and white, but the offspring had red and white petals, which means they are all being shown called setup. Thank you very much for activity. I'll reset it for others to do it later, but not now. All right, not today. Thank you very much. Great. So let's do this. Let's go. Let's answer these questions. This with part questions. 1, 2, 3. I want to see how you go about. I'll give you more problems to work. 2. Keep on practicing. Genetics and genetic problems need lots of practice. So tomorrow we'll meet at we'll meet at 1 p.m. tomorrow. That's when our lesson will resume for life sciences.